Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. I can say that mine was busy as all heck. So, what's up, Kara Briefer? Reggie DP, Acro Killer. What's up, what's up, what's up? Smoking Reefer, Fragmented Mind. What's happening, guys? All right, so got some interesting stuff going on. Had my daughter's going away / birthday party for college. We're still trying to work out the final details. It's getting really sticky with the money, but it is what it is. We'll have to figure out something. So, well, Nick, what's happening? So I talked with O. He said he's coming on. There he is. So, anything new out there, you guys, that I may have missed? Grab a rising, sir.
I don't appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he said he thinks he's coming up.
Well, I mean, I was trying to get you to come on.
How are you?
Good, and yourself?
I am wonderful.
We're international.
We are? Oh.
Hey, boys.
What's up, Nick?
How you doing?
How's it going? Yeah, good.
Good. So what?
Nick,
Oh,
I have a question.
Go ahead,
for Nick.
Al. Go
Nick,
give it.
how is Reef Factory seen as a brand in the UK?
Oh, what? You really like putting me on the spot, though.
I don't. Listen.
Are you gonna
Hey,
answer me?
What's up? I was waiting for Lewis to come on and be polite and welcome him to the stream.
All right. What's up, Lewis?
I think with Reef Factory, Reef Factory, to be fair, in the UK, I know they started off with like the pH keeper, and then after it was launched, they did like an upgrade to it and stuff like that. So I know, but that's the same with other brands as well, right? And new products.
Correct.
I haven't really dealt. The thing is, out of the brands that I supply, I haven't got Reef Factory as one of them, so I haven't really dealt with them personally to experience like customer feedback. I have seen them at a few shows and stuff like that. Cheers. And from what I've seen, the lights I thought seemed really good. The new roller mat and stuff like that, I haven't come into contact with. I know some of our customers have used the doses and seem happy with the doses and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's really all the kind of real feedback I can give of coming into contact with them. I think the problem with brands and kit, the hobbyist feedback to an extent, I don't know, you have to take it with a pinch of salt sometimes because people have different experiences with products and brands. And so, I don't know, you might get, for example, we were talking about support and backup before last time I was on. And yeah, sometimes you can have a client or a customer that says, "Oh, the support and help I got was fantastic," and then you'll have another client who'll say, "Yeah, I found it really difficult and stuff." So I don't know whether that's a case of who they dealt with, what was happening at the time with that company, or even that particular customer's request for service might even have been a bit of a difficult thing to request. I don't know.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I think you're correct with that. I think a lot of times what you need is you sort of need to take the reviews in aggregate, right? Because one-offs is always it could be, just someone's experience, right? Someone's expectation, so yeah,
Right.
yeah, okay, all right.
I'm upset. I'm upset.
Go
You are?
Go
What are you upset about now?
on.
I'm I'm just, man, just to be honest, it's just, it's I'm hey, they, they got great products, and they're working. But there's a few bugs in the products that I've been trying to talk to them, and it's just going in a loop. Like, it's just going in the same loop, and it doesn't move forward.
Gotcha.
Um, the like right now, I'm having a problem with the doser. The doser and the feeder shows a complete different date. Like, let's say on the history, it shows yesterday's date, but when you go on the actual dashboard for the month, it shows the correct date. But then on the dashboard, it shows that it shows a higher amount, but on the history for the doser, it shows the right amount. So it's like
Oh
I'm just
boy.
like, yeah, and that bothers me because is it doing the right thing, or is it not? Like, what, you know?
Who's
Yeah.
who in terms of the support you've been receiving then, Lewis? Who is it that you've been speaking to? Is it like the company representative in the States, or is it anybody actually from the company directly, or just not being able to get hold of anyone?
It, it's it's the support from Poland, but so at first, yes, the guy that was helping me supposedly was sick, so nobody took the ticket over, right? So it was just sitting there hung, and I finally reached out to somebody else that I talked to on Facebook that works with them, and they reached out. Then another guy reached out to me, but he's asking me the same questions, and then when I reply, it's like he came back with like another loop answer, and then it went through the weekend. So here I am on week number 3, and not having an answer.
Yeah.
Right. Uh,
Can definitely
I
be
do have
frustrating.
the owner's contacts I've spoken to before on like Messenger and stuff. So I'll send you a message after the stream and see if there's a way I can speak to them and direct you to maybe somebody they've got in place,
Yeah,
and see if we can get you to somebody who might be able to get you out of that
Yeah.
loop. We can try.
the keeper is working flawless. The smart tester, I haven't had any issues with either. Um, it's just that feeder and the doser, man. I don't know.
Hmm.
You don't think
So
it's
let's
a
see.
you don't think it's a daylight? So you said it was an entire day behind, right?
Yeah, and I see, I went in there and changed. So I did, just to, because that's how I am, right? I went in there, I went to the time deal, I actually found it, and unclicked it, re-clicked the actual time zone, restarted the app, resaved it, just to see if it was a glitch in the system, right? Like, I restarted my Wi-Fi router just to see if it was kind of like a glitch between the Wi-Fi router, like real time and all that stuff, and nothing, man. It's still showing the day before.
I think the other problem is that you have two different data points. Which one do you believe? With
Yes.
the date, you know
Mhm.
what the date is, but with how much it dosed, how do you know which one it really did, or
Yeah.
whatnot? So,
Exactly.
geez, it's crazy.
I think this comes back to again, like automation is great to a point, right? And sometimes the hardware is good and the software has glitches, or sometimes the software is great and then the hardware is less reliable, and then you've got the case of them talking to each other what the software thinks it's doing and what mechanically it's actually doing.
Yeah.
Right.
I think there's some kit still I'm a little bit reluctant to tie in together. I like to keep some of the stuff like separated.
Yeah.
I mean, with doses, I'm actually trialing the CChem ones at the moment, and I like the way, which I don't really see a lot talks about the CChem doses, but I like the way that you can buy a master and then just keep tagging on slaves, and you can. I think it's something like 16 units you can have in total tied into one master unit, and I kind of really like that idea. Um,
Right.
and then
The
day before yesterday, I was looking at one supplier's list of product lines, and I don't get a lot of products from them, and I kind of didn't really investigate what the products they do, to be fair. And then I started looking just down the price list of other products they did, and I came across a J-Bow new Wi-Fi doser. It was like, I don't know what it is dollars, but it was less than £100 over here. And I'm like, that's cheap. And I'm thinking, well, my experience with J-Bow J-Cod is reliability is pretty good for the price. And I'm thinking, well, what could I use that? I could use that for dosing phyto and some feeds and stuff where I don't need pinpoint accuracy on the dosing like you do with trace elements. So if it wanders a little bit, it's no big deal. And I'm thinking that would make a great phyto stroke, food doser, liquid food doser for less than
Yeah.
£100, So do you always have to go for the big brand names and all the, software and all of that? I don't know. It's like lighting now. Lighting, even pumps now come with their own apps. So how much do we need to tie them into one, brain? I don't know.
One of the funniest,
Yeah.
one of the, I don't know if I have the right word, but one of the, I used to get quite a chuckle. Obviously it's not a thing now because they were combined brands, but we're talking like 5, 6 years ago when you had, the Neptune cam, used to say like, I'm not using that because it does not connect to my Apex. And I used to think like, why is your light connecting to your Apex? Like absolute necessity, right? Like I think you set it up and you're like, because I want to mod it. I just always found it weird that someone would mess with their pumps and their lights away from
Yeah.
home and not see what it does. I just always found that. And then, I think then the MXM module came out, and I think there was a select hardcore users who really wanted it, but I don't think the average Neptune Ecotech consumer was like really, it was like a really big thing for them. But I never quite understood that. I want to back up a question, Nick. When you said the CChem doses, are you talking about the Sentia dose? Those?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, those things are cool, man. I saw those things
I
in
know,
person.
right?
The ones with the little colors, and then you just
Mm-hmm.
kind of they magnetically couple together. And like, I'm not a freshwater person, but I think you're like freshwater. You tell it that you're connecting. So obviously, Aquavitra and CChem stuff, you tell it where you're connecting, and it knows how much you've dosed and how much is left. So when you're using like all those products within the same ecosystem, like it knows where you're dosing and how much is left. The other interesting thing about the rollout of that, and Nick, I don't know how it is in the UK, but in America, they said they didn't allow it to be sold online. You can only get it at local fish stores. So I don't know if that has something to do. I know I heard about it on Reef Builders, and I've seen it somewhere, and I haven't seen it a lot since. But maybe it's because none of the online retailers are really selling it. It's only, I think, they made like a concerted effort to only like support local fish stores with that product. So maybe that's why it's not as big as it should be.
I think it
Yeah.
goes back to what we were saying before when we were discussing Ultra Reef, right? And I think by certain brands becoming popular, it's almost like the automatic go-to, because reefing as a hobby is I'd hate to be a new reefer now, because to try and find your way in this hobby now with so many people having so many gadgets and stuff, and then so many different like dosing solutions and things like that, it definitely has got a more complicated hobby than it used to be in terms of, what do you buy? And I think there's that automatic go-to. If I went on, I don't know, Facebook now, and I joined some groups and I said, what light should I buy? What would you? I'm a new hobbyist and I want to keep corals. What light should I buy? I know for a fact that there'll be an overwhelming majority in one brand's camp. So
No.
you almost feel
No.
like,
There'll be a
no?
fight. Period.
Oh yeah,
Well,
there'll be
There'll be a
fierce
fight.
yeah,
argument.
Period.
there'll
That's
be a
not
fighter
but that
discussion, and there'll be certain
that's not
brands
a new
mentioned
thing,
more
Nick.
dominant than others.
Nick,
No, but
you
the thing
said it's
is that
new
uh,
back in Reef Central
no, if
and
I was a
Reefery.
new,
Oh, but it was
yeah,
always like that. I think. Listen, I agree with your saying it would be like that. my kind of counterpoint to that is it's not a new phenomenon because it happened to me when I got the AI hydras, and I think that's still one of the longest thread. Like I think it's anything in reefing. Like on the there were no Facebook then; it was just Reef Central and then Reef to Reef, and
Right.
people come in and will drop their opinion. So if you ask about what dosing pump I should use, you get unlimited. It's been like that since day one, and it's going to continue to be like
No,
that
you're
because
right.
everyone has everyone's opinion. Like even the four people here, we all make decisions based on price, availability, what we've used in the past. Support for me is different, is high on the list. Maybe it's not for you, and maybe for Luis, who's a little bit more hands-on and can repair things versus me. Like I don't want to fix it, I don't have time. So everyone, what they're recommending based on it's a lot of personal experiences, brand loyalty. It's it's a lot of different things. So we all make it's friends, like friendship, like someone at the company, which is not a bad thing, man. Like I think like too many times it's downplayed, but man, when I see the guys at the shows all the time, or I see the guys at all the local events, and I can go and say, Tom, like my thing broke, can you help me? Or Cade, can you help me? Or David or Carlos, like that gives me confidence that if I use the thing, like those guys will take care of me. So that's not a bad thing. So there's a lot that goes into it.
No, I get
to make it look.
it. But I think the point I'm trying to make is that people kind of get coerced is the wrong word, but tempted by gear that is highly recommended, because if so many people are recommending it, then that's the one I can trust, right? Because you're going on recommendation. And I think because of that,
not just that,
some brands get
those
missed,
other
some
lights
products get missed.
Those other lights may have a history of success.
Yeah, but it's like with Ultra, for example.
Some people don't wanna experiment. Some people just aren't the type of people who would experiment.
No, I'm not saying necessarily experiment, but for example, I've seen very, very good products not get a foothold in the market, not because they weren't any good, because they couldn't get the volume of sales needed because they were always in the shadows of other brands. So what I'm saying is, like, I've made a concerted effort recently.
Yeah, I'm glad we ain't got to listen to that shit no more.
Sorry, did I cut out then? Someone's trying to ring me.
Yes,
Sorry, what I was saying was that recently I'm making a concerted effort to investigate other products that I may have missed, because when I looked at the dose of the Sentia from Seachem, I'm like, actually, this is a really good product. Why have I missed this? So I'm starting to look for products that I might have missed because I'm just concentrating on certain brands or things that are prevalent. I'm not realizing this company has actually developed a new product and it's not in the limelight. So I'm missing that. So yeah, I think that's the thing that I'm trying to say is that if you go by popularity, there's a risk that you might miss out on something that actually is really good that might suit your needs or your budget or whatever, equally or
even
not,
better,
maybe better, but you're being drawn to this product and then going, oh, I'm gonna have to maybe even wait and save because that's the product I need, when actually there might be a more affordable one which is actually really good and would suit your budget, but don't have the user base to tell you about it because they're also doing the same, automatically going for a particular model at a particular brand.
Jake.
Yeah, well, I do have to say that doser from Seachem is really nice, and it's made by a major company. Made it for them, so it's kind of weird because that company doesn't make those kind of pumps on the regular, but yeah, it's a nice product. I liked it when I saw it.
No, that's the thing. I'm going to set them up on the Coral base here, so I've just got them, and I'm just like reading into them how they work and all of that, and I'm going to set them up on the Coral base in the store, and it'll be interesting to see when people do come in to look at the corals and stuff and say, "Oh, what's that doser?" I'd expect you to use GHL or something else. Like, what are they? And then see what the interest is like.
Yeah.
Luis, you were going to say something?
Oh, no, I was going to say that, see, that's one thing that about Jake that we're missing is those reviews, because he did review all those Seachem products. He was
He
using
loved
them.
it. Yeah.
And the price, I mean, granted, yes, I did. I was, man, I think you read my mind because I was gonna say these little quirky products is kind of what Reef Builders was really good at bringing out. The price on that doser is also for everything, for it being a smart doser, Bluetooth control, everything. It's only 150 American. I think right now it's on sale everywhere for 129. So at 150, it might be one of the best value like smart dosers on the market. Like 150 at the retail price, which if that's correct, that's absolutely cheap, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to change the subject, Freedom Worlds asked how the puppy is, though.
A lot of work, man. A lot of work.
More than or less than the tank?
Hey, y'all saw his picture, right? Man, that man was happy with that puppy, bro. I
Oh
saw
man,
that
listen.
picture.
Uh, yeah, it's right now. It's more work than the tank. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm still getting to
yeah,
a
it
routine.
can
It's
be.
been a while since I had a dog, since I was a kid in Jamaica. So it's going to take a while to get used to a new routine. But loving it so far, man. He's stepped in. Everyone's loved him so far, so it's good. I'm happy.
Is he allowed in the bed?
No, man.
Is he allowed out on the sofa?
Heck, man. Listen, man. What are you asking these questions? Heck, no. He ain't even. You guys have a nice day. I think Greg's trying to get under my skin right now.
All right, guys.
All right,
Have
take
a
care.
good one. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Take care. Have a good one.
Later, Nick. Later.